Everyone, how's it going? And welcome to another edition of the Zeal stream. Just checking everything. Everything's looking good. And yep, everything's looking fine. All right. Hopefully you're doing well and you've had a great week and you stayed cool wherever it's hot, and hopefully you just had an awesome, stellar week. Yo, Dr. Argus. How's it going? How's that? So tell me, Dr. Argus, how has the week been for you? It's been pretty good for me. Good stuff at work. Good progress at home with planning for construction. Everything's moving along. Everything's coming to fruition, and it's going pretty good. They go by so dang fast. It seems like it does. I can't believe, especially with this, with all the COVID stuff that's going on. Everything's just kind of going by fast. You're like, whoa, everything, like, I don't know, just everything just zooms by. All right, so what are we doing today? Today we're going to continue. We got the little scroller on the bottom. So today we're going to continue our work on the Elixir package, trying that we're going to push through and see that through fruition. We're going to try to go from 0 to deploy to upload it to as a dependency that anyone can use. And that's our objective, that's our mission, that's where we're going. So let's go ahead and load things up then. All right, so it looks like we are good to go. Everything's on the screen and all that type of good stuff. So where did we leave off last time is the question. So where we left off last time was we were working on extracting punctuation and better word formatting. This is a requirement so that we can piece apart and better format text, better match up texts with punctuation attached to them for the mapping. So to better explore versus me saying that is not as effective, but a test will be better. Would be a better means to describe that. So right here we have this text right here that says hello friend, hello friend, comma. That's really nice that you got there, friend, comma. So we expect that it should translate to, I hate it when that happens. We expect it, oh my God, we're burning our retinas. No. So we expect it to translate that, to map that to ahoy shipmate, comma. That be very nice hat you got there, shipmate. So we expect it to turn to that. But if we were to run mix test watch, we installed this last time on the stream, so we can watch tests, and so it can just automatically run the test as we try to do development. We get one failing test, and we can see right here that our assertion for that, what we expect it to do, did not pass. Instead of ahoy, it couldn't map friend to shipmate, and that's because the existence of these punctuation marks. So what we're trying to do is build out the logic that to separate the word from the punctuations and then feed that word to the dictionary, get that back out, put whatever punctuations around it back onto it, and then output it. That's the goal of this set of work for extracting leading and trailing punctuations from a word for better matching. Let me go ahead and throw a link to this, just if people are kind of curious, into the chat. So that's a link to the actual repository containing our code and the issue filed that I found for us to do so. And I'll just display it on the screen. Alrighty then. So let's go ahead and continue our work. We have our wonderful tests, trying to double check that, we're doing the work. And we actually created one extra test. So we had created this method that does that goes against regex and tries to do that. Luckily, we didn't have to reinvent the wheel and figure out how to write this regex. The gem that we're emulating, the talk like a pirate gem. Let me pull that up too. Already had some source code with the regex that we're trying to match. So we have, this is my first time building an Elixir library. So we have some guiding light in terms of where we can go with this. So let me go and put that up. That people want to see the gem that we're working with, or we're trying to mirror in Elixir. Okay, so we created this method that extracts the punctuation. Here's the regexes, and the regexes are constants defined at the top of our module in Elixir. And this is how you define constants at the top of your module. We discovered this the other day. So that's how you do that. And we use those to do our regex scan on the word that we're given. So check punctuation receives a word. We grab that word and we pull out the matching leading punctuation. So the regex does a capture, or the leading punctuation on a word and the trailing punctuation on a word. And so we extract that out. We do some math here. So we're doing some math here so we can extract out the word. So we're trying to, since we have the leading punctuation, the trailing punctuation, we try to calculate exactly where the word is in between that. And then we slice out that word. So it does so from the original string, which is what this is doing right here. We take the word, we slice out the leading length, and then the word length. And then right now we're just returning back a tuple. All right, guys. This is technically a tuple. Yeah, this is a tuple with 3 items: leading punctuation, the word, and the trailing punctuation. So, and we still, and like I mentioned before, we still need the leading and trailing punctuations. So after we take the pure word and map that, throw that into the dictionary to figure out how it's said in Pirate, get it back out, and then we can combine everything back together again to get the original structure of punctuation around the word. So we had written a test that we just test against the punctuation. Returns a list containing the leading punctuation word and trailing punctuation. So this is like a trivial example, or very trivial example, but we have a comma here from punctuation, and then we have this word with this dot out, and then a trailing punctuation, and we can see that it successfully extracted out the comma in front, kept this dot out word, and then the period at the end. What we can do to better test against this, let's test against many leading and trailing punctuations. What happens? So we expect that, or I would expect that we get 4 commas in the front and 5, 6 commas in the back, I think it is. I don't know. Can't count. Let's see what happens. Just waiting for the test to auto run. Or did they auto run? Or are they just that quick? Let's see. Maybe the tests are just that quick. Yeah, tests are just that quick. I was not paying attention enough. Having fast tests. It's odd. When was the last time you had fast tests in a project? Okay, so the assertion, so all this is still true. We have still one failing test, and this failing test is, like we talked about before, the full workflow through from beginning to end to see if it's able to translate. So we've successfully created our extract punctuation. So what we need to do here is, right now in our convert lingo method, we take the words, we downcase them, we split them, we get each individual word, and then we map over that list of words. We grab a word, and then we try to do a map get for our lingo map of the words. I forget why we do word in map.get. Key value gets the key if present in the map with value, the value is returned. Okay. Gets the key, if not, it defaults to whatever value we choose. That's what that's doing. Okay. Trying to remember all this Elixir stuff. So what we need to do is we need to do an extra step in this map.get. Before we do map.get, we actually need to extract out the word and then check the map. So what I'm thinking about doing is creating just a dedicated method for converting the word. So I'm just going to go ahead and create a new method right away. And we're going to call this process. So this method's called, that we're using, convert lingo. I'm going to rename this to convert to lingo. And then we'll do a dedicated method called convert word. And we don't know how many arguments we pass in yet. So we'll do a test and then we'll do converts the word friend to shipmate. We'll start something simple. What's the word friend to shipmate? So then we do an assert talk like X and convert word, and I want to convert the word friend to be then make sure to do double quotes. To shipmate. Okay, so this test should fail because convert word does not exist yet. Yeah, convert word's undefined. So now let's define convert word. Okay. And then it's saying that a convert word with one argument's not defined. So let's do that. Right now, we'll just return back the word. And I'm gonna pull this up a little higher, maybe so we can see the failures. Oh, I misspelled convert word. Ooh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put this to the right. So we can see the test runs right next to our code. Right now, it says it didn't return back shipmate. So we get past the, so we define the function, but we're returning the word, not the, returning back the word and not the conversion. So let's go ahead and try actually returning back the proper converted word, the lingo. In order to do that effectively, we need to pass in the lingo map. It's not enough to just know the word, we need to know the lingo map. Let me fix this real quick, we're not there yet. This should fail because we don't have the lingo map yet. So let's go ahead and load Pirate Lingo. Pass that in. See if that passes now. It does. I don't have a fail anymore. Let's write another test now so that we test if it converts word punctuation. Punctuation. Say hello. To, I think it's supposed to be ahoy. Hello maps to ahoy, but we'll find it right now. Hello and ahoy. Actually, we don't even have to find out. I can find out by looking at our pirate map. Yeah, hello maps to ahoy. So we get that failure that it's not doing it because we haven't extracted the punctuation yet. So what we need to do is we need to now actually use our extract punctuation for our word, and that will give us back a tuple containing leading punctuation, the pure word, what I'm going to call the pure word, and the trailing punctuation. Punctuation. And then what we do is instead of passing word now, let's pass in pure word. So we're almost there. We can see right here that we didn't bring everything back together in terms of our punctuations and stuff like that. So we mapped the word successfully. So let's go new word. And then we need to concat everything together. So I think we can just do for concatenation is leading punctuation and then this syntax with the left and right arrow, I forget what these are, arrowheads, whatever, less than, greater than symbols, pure new word, and then this plus, and then concatenate the trailing punctuations. We have a passing test. So we're able to successfully convert a word. Now, in our convert lingo for our final test, if instead of calling the map for every word, now we'll just call convert word, passing in the lingo map, and then the word. If all our tests pass. All our tests just pass. Nice. All right, let's go ahead and we have passing tests. I'm going to commit this right now. So doing date handling, punctuation, round, word, and yeah. Okay. Now let's try. I'm wondering if this convert word can probably be converted into a pipe. I think because we're just taking one output and putting it into the other. Maybe the thing that's tricky here is for this pipe right here, we only want to grab one thing. Maybe we can't. This works. This looks fine anyway. We convert lingo, and we met the requirements for handling strings with punctuations in them. So I think that is. I think this might be done. At least this issue, this ticket of work. Trying to see if there's anything obvious I can try to do to clean this up just a little bit. This is fine right here. Translating, this is just piping through and issuing errors. No, I mean, like, yeah, as far as I'm comfortable with my learning of Elixir so far, I feel like this is okay. Excuse me. All right, so let's go ahead and call this done. The next one I wanna take a look at is so this one was an interesting one. Raid. What? Strawberry Hacker. Thank you very much for the raid with 31 people. That's freaking awesome. Let's see. I might have some sound effects. I'm not sure how they're going to sound. Welcome everyone to the Coding Zeal stream. How you going? Hello, have a nice stream. You too. I hope you had a great stream and hopefully have a good rest of your day. I'd imagine you're tired and you're going to head out. But what were you streaming? What were you doing? What were you strawberry hackering? Well, welcome everyone to the chat right now. So my name is Eric Guzman. Talk to me Guzman on Twitch. And right now we are working on Elixir. So I am brand new to Elixir. I am 100% a novice. And so I've read articles. I've done a lot of studying for be familiar with the programming language. But now there's a time to, you know, jump out of the nest and go onto the wide world. And we're building a package based off a Ruby gem and trying to recreate it in Elixir. So that is my way of reaching out in a kind of like a protected road of trying to learn Elixir effectively and build something with it. USB stuff, web USB stuff, or like what type of USB stuff we're talking about? Oh man, I forgot I like filled that to the top and almost almost spilled it down my mouth while trying to drink water. But how's it going? Raising and swags. Thank you very much. All right, all right. Okay, so we're gonna work on. So we just finished one set of work was extracting punctuations and handling strings with punctuations in them. We got our green tests. Now we need to add in. Now we have to work on the other stuff before we can call this whole thing complete. So the other one that was interesting was like I saw that they were doing this in the pirate gem, talk like a pirate gem, and I was like, what the heck? Translate Garund words if pirate lingo selected. So convert words from ending in ing to ins and ins to sound piratey. So this one's interesting. And I'm wondering how we would try to go about doing that, because the gem that we're trying to emulate from Ruby is more specific to, doing a conversion of English to pirate speak. But what I'm trying to do with this package is make it more generalized, not just pirate lingo, but you can create your own dictionaries and have that map. So the idea of trying to do a specific translation method for words for a specific set of lingo seems a little sketch to me, like at least just doing a simple method like they did in their package. So I wonder if what we can do to make that general to us, or general to any lingo that we might try to define. Let's see here. So here's our current mapping for pirate. So bring just maps to bring, which is interesting. It doesn't really help much. I guess what we could do. By the way, what the heck is room? A form that is derived from a verb. Okay. Gerund. See, me English bad. Gerund. A form that is derived from a verb that has a function is a noun English ending in ing, asking, do you mind by asking? What I could probably do is maybe we can add a special I wonder if we can try to extend the YAML file so that, because right now the YAML file with all the mappings is pretty flat. What if we scope things just a little bit more? So there we do words, and then we nest everything your words, and then let's say we do errands, and then we do ing to, how they do it here is ins. So if it's ing, it gets converted to this. INGS gets converted to ns. This is going to make all the tests fail right now. Or it should. Oh, actually, it might not pick up the change to the YAML file, but there we go. We got 6 test failure. We need to update our lingo map such that we grab, when we pass in the lingo map in here, we grab the words lingo map. Convert, we look up the words. Actually, hold on. This, if we only have to do it at the very most edge, where we're actually doing to convert words, we got the words. That should make some of the tests pass. Expected map got nil. Oh, some of these, at least we have to fix this test. How do we set this? We said words. Or maybe we have to do double quotes, not single quotes, but double quotes. That's in Elixir. I think double quotes are huge. I think they mean something completely different. Yeah. Okay. That's passing those tests. That means over here we need to be very careful whether we're using single quotes or double quotes. Okay. So that's passing more tests. Let's see here. So now we're on test, this one, 46. But we don't have to convert here. We can do it. There we go. Let's go ahead and commit this change. What I will do is let's not commit. So we're going to try to be a little granular with our changes here. What I don't want to commit is the addition of these yet. Let's just commit the changes we did with words. Not introduce any new features yet. So everything seems fine. So yeah, okay, so test lingo words. Okay. Dictionary. Here. All right. Now let's get busy. Oh, my computer's being a little slow. Okay. All right. Now let's bring back those changes. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let me adjust this window right here. But if anyone's lurking in the chat, if anyone wants to share if they're doing anything exciting this weekend, maybe? Anyone have any good plans? So gerunds are right there. So we have to, let's write a test so we could have it convert the gerunds. So convert word expects 2 arguments. So that we might need to, I think some of these tests are a little redundant, but we'll clean up tests later. Luckily, all we have to do for convert words is just explicitly test that we convert gerunds. To Lingo's word. Nothing super exciting over here, probably planting a few more things in the garden for the fall. So for your garden, do you just plant straight into the ground, or did you set up planter boxes and then do all your gardening in those? So Pirate Lingo, hello, and then an example for this would be making, right? So making, how about singing? Singing would be converted to singen, an apostrophe, and then sings should be converted to singens, or um, welcoming, or good word, smelling, say smelling for fun. Should say smellin', I think is the conversion. Smell. Straight to soil that I had brought in, but not in boxes. I just put some deep rows over the top of the old grass and put cardboard under the new soil though. Oh, cool. Yeah, at our new place, we're thinking about just putting everything in planter boxes instead of trying to dig into the ground, so that we can, if we decide that we don't want our garden there, we can just move the planter boxes instead of being, it just being forced to be there the whole time, and we have to uproot everything and retransplant everything. We have our test. So it's not doing its conversion. It's not doing singing to singing, apostrophe. So now we have to do the work to try to do that. So we've already did the gerund. I'm kind of taking a temporary view of mine too. That's why I didn't build boxes. It's my first year, so I wanted to see how things worked out. Gotcha. Nice. All right, so with our new word, so if I wonder if I guess it doesn't matter if we convert the word after the fact. Um, so now we want to convert. So now we want to convert it to gerund. So new word is equal to map. At this point, this might be good. See, maybe at this point we should try seeing if we can do pipes with this. So new word, new word. Instead of see this, okay. Trying to think. What if we can do a regex style in here, actually? We have this regex here. Is it possible? Define a regex in YAML as a key. Not as a key, I don't think we can do that. We could probably do, maybe we can try to do the exact same thing as the extraction did. Let's see here. Convert gerund. Convert gerund. Go map. Need the map still, and then we need the word. Lingo map. And we grab the gerund. And can we go? We can try to iterate through each key. So Elixir, enum. See what type of methods we have available to the enum module. Let's look at the map get real quick, actually. We can't do anything fancy there. We can grab each key. So we can grab the keys. So that's a good step. So we need the key. So we do map keys. The first step, we got the keys. And then we want to iterate through those keys until we do the conversion. Because there could be more, like, let's not assume that's only going to be one or two. Let's just think that there could be multiple of gerund. So take while, no. So these are the new methods. So take two, unique with index, take every sum split, let's see. Scan, reverse, reject. Inserts into, let's see, so filter, how about a find? Returns the first element in which fung returns a truthy value. No element is found, returns default. Okay. That might be what we want. Just a straight up bind. Let's see. So we have the keys and we have the word. I want to see if the word matches up with the keys. What we'll have to do is we'll have to separate out. We'll have to take the key and do a scan to find if we can if that exists. Enum find so you can find keys, and then our function ruined or gerund. Keep on saying it wrong. Keep on saying it wrong. Our gerund, and then we want to see if then we want to do our regex type of check here, which is what I copied earlier. We want this to, what do we want this to do? It would be, regex would be this type of syntax here. And the ing slash z. But this is a variable. Elixir, how do we inject in Elixir regex with variable? Oh, we could do a match on it, but I still need to figure out how to give it a variable. Kind of put. Oh, this is JavaScript though. Blech. Let's see. Does Elixir School have anything about regexes? I don't see any. Back up. Elixir recipes. Now we already looked at this stuff. What if I can just play with this in IEX? Let's see if I can play around with this. See if I can get this around with this in IEX. Let's see here. So we have a variable A, B, C. Try constructing a regular expression with one A through Z. Z. Okay. And then what happens if I want to do a string substitution in here? Okay, so I can just do that and I'll inject it in. Yes, okay, so we can do, let me make a note of that. Let's see here, so go with the regular expressions, Elixir, and you need to pass in a variable. We need to pass in a variable into the regular expression you are defining. Do so by using the syntax syntax to do it. Then let's just go ahead and try to make as an example. And I'll just straight up just copy and paste right on here in my terminal. Boom. Nice. Okay. Progress. All right. So instead of keys, I'm going to call these gerunds. Then we might be able to just pull off match with first returns the first element for which following returns true value, and no such value is found, returns default. This is supposed to just return true or false for regex. So, and we do this, and we pass in G, and then the word, and if it matches, that returns true. And then do that, we get the word, that's true, then we go ahead and do the regex replacement. So let's try playing around with this a little bit. Actually, we can probably try to just write a test for this instead of playing around with this. Scribe, gerund, takes in 2 arguments, convert gerund. So test. Actually, I already have tests for this gerund word stuff. We need to do it again. Get this to just have to finish our code to get this looking right. So let's see here. So do that match. So let me play around with this. G equals string ng. And then what I'm going to do here is regex. And then we'll do the word. My word is equal to talking. And let's see if this regex match will work. That returns true. Great. I switched it to talking. False. So we get it. We get it returning true. And then after that, we actually need to do the replacement. So we need to do this regex scan word and do the replacement. But we actually need the correct gerund because we scanned all the gerunds, but we didn't say which one. But we actually find should return back the gerund we want. Now gerund using find, and then we try to do the scan regex replacement of this. Down gerund with the word. And then, see, so scan will, actually it's not a scan, we're just doing a replace. Should we do a replace? See how the Ruby code does it. It just does a straight substitution. Which X reg X. So substitution is probably just replace. And let's see, so the arguments are match specific. We have an arity capture. So here we're just doing that to that. Space. Takes in that, and then what we're replacing it to. The word, and then you need to do a map get of the lingo app and gerund and the gerund replacement gerund replacement gerund. And we do a replace. And this in a do. If we can do this like Ruby where we do the one-liner. If not, we just return back the word. So what we're trying to do is regex replace with the found gerund, and then if not, if it's not found, then we return back the word. And then now we call new word is equal to convert gerund with the lingo app and the word and the new word. And that worked. Oh, that actually worked. Oh, honestly, I wasn't expecting it to work. Yeah, that calls for some celebratory music or woohooing, that is. Yeah, so singing gets converted to singing, and smellings gets returned to smellings. um, Not sure how beautiful this code looks though. That's this is something to be desired, I feel like. I feel like maybe we can try to look at control flow type stuff. Control structures. Those are if else, we have unlesses, we have case statements. Nested case statements. Yeah, I wonder if we can get a little creative with this code now. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and commit this before I get kind of crazy with the code. So add support in for gerund Now let's try to see if we can get crazy with the code. And hopefully we don't break any tests. So I was thinking about trying to do this as a pipe operator and using case statements to handle certain parts of it. Like do a conditional. So let's see here. So first we do the map keys. And then that falls into our pipe where we try to find close that for now. We do this, we find the gerund. This tells us true or false if this is going to work. So then that pipes into a conditional where if it's true, we grab this. Appalingo, so this gives us the, this was supposed to give us the replacement gerund. Where things get a little spicy. I think this is gonna work. If we do it like this reads better though. Backtrack already here. And then this one is, and everything else, return back the word. Is that actually going to work? No. Clause that operator is not a macro. Darn. Oh, we can do a function? No. No, that won't work. Let's see here. Oh, maybe we can do a function instead. What if we did a func? Would that work? I don't think it will. We've got some examples here. So let's look at Elixir. Um, arguments. Let's see what this is in capture operations. So try to look at some examples. That's some big. That's some big photos there. The pipe with conditional piping. Oh, we can do two different methods. Yeah, that's true. Wonder how that will work out. Def E. Let's call it something. I don't know what to call this method, but I'm curious how this one works. So something, if it takes in true, to or actually, what does find return back? Find returns back. If no such thing as found returns back the default. We're not defaulting to anything. We should probably default to false. Uh, and then def p false turns back. See, that's not going to work. Okay. No, this won't work. This won't work the way I was thinking about. Unless we pass in to something via lingo, map, and word. Don't care about that, but we do care about the word for this one. And back word. About so cannot pipe new find blah blah germs into an anonymous function without calling the function. It's a regular private function. You have the word here. You have gerunds get passed in like this. So when is a binary string. Let's work. So converts gerund, but talks that. Bad function, error, expected a function, dot false. That's because when is float map not gonna work. False. Hold on, broke it. There you go. There we go. That's passing. I did it. I'm not sure how nice that is, though. It will convert something to. What does find return back? So returns the first element for fun, returns truthy value. If no such element is found, returns default. If not, it returns back to nil. It's a bit elixir-y. I feel like trying to make things elixir makes a lot of tiny methods. It seems like it kind of it's forcing me in that direction. It seems like I'm not sure if that's supposed to be the way it goes or not, which is why it's throwing me off. I know Ruby is the same way too with tiny methods, single responsibility principle. But it seems like Elixir's naturally pushing me that way if I try to do things through pipes and processing. Pattern matching. You can imagine someone who's pros at Elixir wouldn't even use map, would you? Oh, would use tail recursion to process it. That's an interesting one. See, I see solutions using tail recursion, and I haven't like it hasn't occurred to me yet because of the modules. I was starting the Ruby way too. Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking like, if I were to try to do that, what would be the way to do that? Let's go and make this a private method. And we're going to throw this at the bottom. It might be worth making some of these private methods as we continue to work on stuff like extract punctuation is being tested at a higher level. So it might be worth it converting this to just to a private method. Do, 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 do. Okay, so we did that conversion, and it's very Elixir-y, where we're doing like if it's false, or actually this is not even, we're doing pattern matching with this. So that should still work because we're pattern matching on nil. And then this can be converted to a one-liner. Oh wait, I have to do comma, There we go. Nice. Okay. Let's go ahead and commit this. So made convert gerund or elixir. Yeah, more elixir-y. All right, cool. I just noticed that we got some follows an hour ago, but the bot never said that we did. So Cybel86 and Rodrigo Bento 98. Thank you very much for the follows. If you're still lurking out there, thank you, thank you. Greatly appreciate that. It's too bad my bot didn't actually announce that. Not sure what's wrong with it, but thank you. Okay, so that completed. Handling the gerunds, so in progress to completed. And let's see. Now is the next one. This one is preserve capitalization of words. So right now the entire string is being downcased, parsed to match against the dictionary of words. This helps with matching, but the resulting output can remove important capitalizations of words. So like NASA, FBI, and might result to confusing sentences. So let's write some test cases on this problem to tease it out. So convert sentences part lingo with punctuations. Write another test here, or convert properly parses or does not downcase words when converting to pirate lingo. We'll just say to lingo, not to pirate lingo. We'll just be more generic and say to lingo. Start with a new thing, and what we'll do is say hello. How's it going over there at here? Let's say Zeal, all caps Zeal. Question mark. So we expect it to preserve capitalization in general. So we want it to preserve capitalization, but also still convert the word if so. Hello, capital HELLO. When it outputs back out, I want it to be ahoy, capital A, ahoy, and then ahoy. I'm not sure what the other parts of the sentence can be. Let's see, go to the pirate mapping and see if there's a mapping for how. There isn't, so this whole string. There's no mapping for how. How about it? It is good going over. Over is over. There, nope. At. I'm gonna try to sort this YAML file. Let me see if I can. Let me see if my sort plugin can sort this. There you go. Much better. So do we have at? Nope. Deal. So there's not much version going on here. See what the tests tell us. I have a failure. So our failure is telling us that ahoy got converted, but it's downcased. And then how's it going? And then, oh yeah, because this is gerund, so it should be go in. And then it downcased zeal. It didn't preserve the capitalization of zeal. So now we got to figure out how to solve this problem. Let me go ahead and commit the alphabet sorting of sort the lingo alphabetically. Okay, so let's see. How are we going to achieve this? So in the Ruby gem, I posted I added some code of how the developer did things. What they had done is they had checked if the let's see, so they sliced out the first letter and they checked if the first letter was capitalized using just a simple check, or and then they also checked whether it was fully capitalized. So they try to remember if it was fully capitalized, probably to convert it back to whatever casing it should be in. And we're gonna have to do that. Probably we're gonna have to do some checks here when we're in the middle of converting the word. Let's see what the string module has to offer for handling that type of stuff. We just have to plain old capitalize. We have downcase, which we're already using. So the challenge here, I guess, also is I think we downcase pretty early on in the string. We should probably avoid doing that. So we shouldn't downcase right away. But we should downcase when we're in the middle of converting the words. String, downcase, word, default. Well, we want to downcase the pure word. Pure word. So that should still preserve, yeah, should still get the one test failing. All right, let's see here. What other type of things can we? I think we could probably like do the, what if we can do the tail recursion thing? Oh, we'll have to convert it to a graphemes, I think, in order to grab the first item. We can also do an at. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm gonna have a method check capitalization. We take in a word. And what I can do is word. I wonder if I can do this. This will work. Word and is equal to string dot capitalize default. So we check if the whole word, so similar to the code that was in Ruby, we check if the whole word is capitalized. If it is, then we return back the symbol, I forget, the atom. Capitalized. All capitalized. I'm not sure if this is the best route to do this, but this is a route I want to experiment with. Now we do another check capitalization for word. When word is string at capital word, string word at 0. Turns a grapheme position, position greater than string length. So 0 will give us the first index, and then it's kind of ugly right here, but first capitalized. And then what I want to do is the word capitalization type is equal to check capitalization word. We get the type, so it returns back one of these atoms. And then right at the end, if we do convert I don't want to do this. We can do this naively first. So we can try to do a case statement. Case capitalization type atom all this one right here, all capitalized, and then, or if it's equal to well, I need to look at how we do cases again. It's first, what did I call this atom first? Let's see here. First, then what I want to do is I want to convert this to have So if it's all capitalized, I would do a string capitalize the entire word. Else, I would replace the first letter. Replace all leading occurrences of match. Ends with capitalized back distance. I could do first here instead of this whole like index 0 thing. Better. Ba, 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 ba. Normalize. Upcase. Yeah. Convert all characters in a given string to uppercase according to mode. So there's an upcase and then there's a capitalize. Hold on, maybe I'm using them wrong. Capitalize. Capitalize will do the first word. Okay, there we go. I'm doing it wrong. Capitalize. Nice. Okay. Actually, so this one's upcase. Cannot. I can't do the call to upcase in here. Cannot invoke remote function upcase inside guards. Oh, that sucks. That's a bummer. I guess I can just do this all in one go. Uh, if do this, else. do this. Oh, there we go. This is this. We have to get rid of this comma here. Formatting all messed up. There you go. I am doing something wrong. We don't have else if statements. Oh, maybe I can do this. Hold on. I can do this as a case statement. Case where we take in the word and then if that word is equal to this, and that is equal to upcase, do that. If it's equal to capitalize, that, and then there, and then the default case is just underscore, do this. That is done. Work. And then check capitalization, the word. I have the original word, so I can just do this down here. This one is upcase or capitalize. This is capitalize. This is upcase. I have it other way around. This is upcase. This is capitalize. This right up down here. New word. New underscore word is equal to that. We have a syntax error somewhere that I've been ignoring. We're missing a matching do statement somewhere. Word do. Could have did it conditionals too. Oh, got the do on this private method. What's it complain about here? Uppercase inside a match. Okay. So then let's try to do a condition instead. And then font. And let's do word equals that. Word equals that. And how do we do this? And then the arrow functions are just fine. So we can't do a catch-all inside a conditional. Do true or catch-all. We have a bunch of test failures. Looks like what's going on in the code is not 100% good. Let's remove that and see how things okay. So we still have that one failure. So looks like our capitalization check isn't. Oh, maybe. Let's see. No place clause matching. None. Oh, we forgot to match on just anything else. If anything else, we just return back the new word. Kind of like that one-liner syntax. So that, to that. Okay, just do this. Is this acceptable? Okay, variable message is used if the variable is not meant to be used, prefix with an underscore on line 36 of the test. Get rid of all the warnings, keep things clean. I think we can potentially just do this at all one go instead of like doing this like check capitalization and yeah, I think we can just do this all one go. If we just take in the new word and the old word. Take in the new word and the old word. And we can just do all should be capitalized. Do that. And then if not string capitalize a new word. Else, bring back the new word. Just like that. And then what I can do is just get rid of all this conditional matching stuff and all of this. And then I should be passing in the new word. Let me pass the tense again. When I call this method store capitalization, do that. And the reason why I put the new word in front of the existing word is so that I can do a pipe. So that I can pipe this, the output of this into here. And then try to pipe. Let's try to see if I can pipe this. There's a syntax that you should be able to do arguments potentially. The at. I wonder if that works for pipes. If I do @1, oh, what I could do is I can just convert this to an anonymous function though. Or I can just make this a method too. Reconstruct word. Reconstruct word takes in the word. Leading punctuation. And trailing punctuation. And then this thing code here. Deconstruct. Oh. Reconstruct. Leading. Trailing. This needs to be word. Nice. Okay. Put this down here because these are private methods now. And we went a little exciting on the reformatting here, but we implemented handling properly, restoring capitalization of words. And that covers the last, that covers this ticket, preserve capitalization. And that's almost about time. So we finished this requirement too. So we're almost done with this package. This is the next one we're gonna have to do, is making sure to test that we can extend the language to extend the dictionary of an already existing language. So allow users to pass an additional dictionary of words to extend the already existing lingo. It's gonna be something we're gonna work on next week. This package is almost done. And then after this, we'll have to figure out how to get this on hosted on. I always forget the name always uh, leaves me for the Elixir, where to get Elixir packages at. Hex. Getting this hosted on Hex. One thing I'm probably going to want to do is move a lot of these methods to private methods. Maybe, yeah, if we move these to private methods, that'll make this a little cleaner. It also, moving these to private methods will just simplify the tests a lot, because a lot of these tests that we're writing down here are already handled by the upper level interface of the translate call. I want to rename the extract punctuation. I want to rename it as deconstruct word. Deconstruct word. I think I like that better. So let me go to the test that's going to fail because we changed that. Well, actually, let's do it. One fell swoop. There we go. Nice. And passing tests. A method to deconstruct word. Okay. All right. I think that's going to do it for today, folks. So thanks a lot, everyone, for hanging out. We made some pretty stellar progress on everything. Yeah, we're almost done. We just have one thing to do. So let's write this out. So just time for the end. Let's just make sure to write some notes today. So made some really great progress with the package. Package completed the following issues and complete the following issues on GitHub. Let's go ahead and link to those various issues here. So there's this one, pasties. There's this one for the gerunds, pasties. And preserving the capitalization. Next up, so after completing, what was really nice about working on this stuff today was playing around with the refactoring in the code. Code to feel more Elixir instead of the Ruby way of writing code. What does that mean? It was taking small steps to convert the code to use pipes, use function overloading to call different functions based off parameters and keeping things small. Let's see, what's a good example of this? I like this. I like these two methods. Restore capitalization, doing a check on the word, and then doing the different methods. And then this one right here, these two method overrides. If it's a bit string with the word, if it returned back, or if it was nil, replace gerund. So yeah, I think that was awesome. And let's make sure to do a quick shout out for the raid that came by Strawberry Hacker. Yeah, so thank you. 31-person raid. 31-person raid, Strawberry Hacker, and thank you very much for the follows for Cybel86 and Rodrigo Bento. Let's go ahead and hit the outro, and thank you everyone for hanging out. While we're hitting the outro, I'm going to find you someone to raid over to. So I'll see you guys, everyone. See you next Friday.